Well, you were first.
Oh, cool.
Peter?
Yeah, this is Peter. I was wondering when you're going to make an appearance on Denzel Washington as the greatest actor of all time, period, podcast.
Yeah! That's a podcast I have. It's a podcast. It's called Denzel Washington's the greatest actor of all time, period, and it's about how Denzel Washington's the greatest actor of all time, period.
What does Denzel think of you?
Denzel refers to me as the brother who's always talking about it.
I didn't do anything. Kamau was so badass. He brought me out here, so you know I owe him. You know.
Any other questions aren't related to my podcast?
Gentlemen.
I remember I saw you in It's a Different World.
We were mad at you with that one.
Yeah, you know what happened was I was dating an actress that was completely, she studied with Lee Strasberg, who was like the god of acting back then. So she was, her name was Carla, brother. I met her, anyway. He wants to know the stuff. but anyway, you know, because people didn't want me to do a role like that. You know, they were like, why would you do that? You know, you killed me. But it was an actor's thing, you know, where you want to show that you can do something else, you know. So yeah. But there was a question there?
Oh, I didn't know what other roles, what other things have you done?
Well, there's IMDb. List right here.
So clearly this movie is like classified as a cult classic, right? How do you feel about being such a, like, even though, I mean, you didn't like blow up like everybody wanted you to, but how do you feel about still being, I mean, you're still relevant.
Well, yeah, you know, everything happens for a reason, and you know, yeah, everything happens for a reason. So, you know, we're dealing with a lot of things right now on the planet Earth and in America and all overseas. And I think it's a film that's grown over the years, and you know, the character's such a peaceful character. He's not working around just, you know, the big thing about him is that he's not ready to beat everybody's butt, you know? And, you know, so many young people out there doing that right now, and there's all that violence going on. So I think this film has got such a wholesome, it's so much of a fun film, but it's got all that wholesome quality to it, that it's just gonna, like a lot of people, I've been around the country, and actually, the writer of the autobiography I wrote, Michael Conan. You're here, right, Michael? Raise your hand.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Yeah. So he's the publisher, Incognito Publishing. You know, he's going to take this on the road again next year with me. You know, and you know, I've been around the country doing some of these screenings, and a lot of people will bring their kids. You know, because you can show this film to young people, and they enjoy it. You know, so I think that everything happens for a reason. Of course. Yeah, you want to blow up, but I had to grow up, you know? Yeah. You know, I had to really learn, you know, I had to learn about relationships with women and all those very tricky things, you know? So I'm not saying I figured it all out, but I know a little more than I did back then.
Show me the movie. So how did you remain this sexy?
I was 12.
Okay, hold on.
Here's a hint.
Before you answer that, why don't you tell everyone how old you are?
I'm 51.
Wow.
Well, you can do the math. Who else is it? I'm 20 years. I'm getting shy.
He's got a question. Hey!
49.
What are your hobbies besides arts, eat,
My favorite, I love San Francisco. What's my favorite day? You know, it changes every once in a while. Breakfast cereal. I love this place. I love this place. I don't have to, you know, but what's the first of the hobbies? You know, I just got this, now I should promote it, but well, I'll promote it, I don't care. I just got this Amazon Echo. You know, the device is going to change everything because it's all voice activated. And it's been a hobby to ask it questions because it's, I don't know if you guys know, but Amazon has got this new device it's voice command, and you say you want to do something like turn the lights on or turn the lights off, or ask it what, you know, how do you speak Swahili? There's all kinds of things. But it's become almost a hobby because I had it for a week. You know? Anybody else in the back?
You've had plenty of other roles on the stage and on the screen. What are some of your favorite roles on the stage?
Well, the one it's in the New York. I did off-Broadway play in New York called Roadhouse, the comedy.
Never heard of it.
Well, I'm sorry, you weren't in New York, sucker. The thing was, it did real well in New York, but it was a comedy rendition of Patrick Swayze's film Roadhouse. Yes. And I played Patrick Swayze's role. Except it was a comedy. All the lines were exactly the same, except it was a comedy. I'm pretty sure Roadhouse was a comedy. That's why the director, Timothy Hasselhoff, did it. We were doing fights. It was hilarious. Yeah. So that was my favorite on stage.
This movie is so special to so many people, including myself. I want to ask you if you had any memories. In particular, the cast is so vivid, and I think every character in this film is so awesome. And that's one of the things that makes it so special to so many people. Do you have any memories of working with the cast? And
Yeah, they were all great. I mean, I write about it in my book, that's coming out in March. But the thing is, I can go on and on and on for work. We can hang out till 6 in the morning. I don't care. But that's the thing. There was so many from Laura Charles to Shonuff to Eddie Irvin. The kid who played my little brother. There's a scene that right before I break out to laughing because little Richie's this tall and he's always acting like he's 60 years old. That I burst out laughing. So you see me about to break up in the pizza store, and they cut it to back to him. There was all kinds of things like that.
You were saying that upstairs we were talking about. You said that Julius Carey showed up stayed in character the whole time.
Yeah, Julius was look, if you could be shown up in your house every day, you would do it. Pick up that. Turn the TV on. Shut up. Go back in your room. That's how he was. He was hilarious. And, but he would start fights with me because I would, he was so funny to me that I would laugh all the time, everything he did. And he was a serious actor, and I never had any acting lessons, so I didn't know about keeping character and keeping that edge between the bad guy. I was just laughing all the time. So he would say, look, he would tease me and make fun of me, and I was sensitive. I was 19, 20 years old. So at one point he got on my nerves, and then I told him, don't do that no more, it's pissed me off. And then he said, look, and he was funny. He goes, what you gonna do? And he grabbed the piece and he put it in what you gonna? So that I got up and he ran out the set. The whole studio was so funny. Up and down.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not doing it.
Don't touch it.
Trump is the villain.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The only piece that really kind of doesn't fit well in 2015 for me is the use of Oriental, and I know that you did not write that.
No. I didn't pay very much either, so.
What was your understanding of the context of the film? Because I think it's an incredibly inclusive film.
Right.
And I believe that. So just kind of like how you see it from a 2015.
Be a little more specific. I kind of get the broad, so be very specific about your question.
Yeah, just some of the language that would just be like.
No, I wouldn't answer your question. She had a serious question about a funny movie. Today, how could you... Look, the whole film was about making fun of all of this. That's what it was about. And I think it's really relevant today about, what's going on, that we no longer can make fun of things, And, I mean,
people still make fun of Trump.
Chinese guys making acting black.
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment of Chinese guys talking.
Doesn't mean that that's just all that is black. It's just that that's, you know, it wasn't that serious, you know. They need to make a movie like this again if I was in 2015, and you know, have a certain sensitivity, but have fun too, to lighten up everything, you know. You know. We gotta lighten up. Like this is the black and white audience right here, mixed with everything in between, you know. Yeah. You know, I mean, can I hear it amen?
Yeah, I first saw this movie in my 20s when my friend Justin was like, this movie made me gay. So I wondered if you could talk about, you must know